Hey, I wanted to share some more tips and things I've been finding in the Carthage GMT first Punic War game. So like I said, I'm actually playing past the end date of 237 BC. I've kept playing, and now it's the year 224. But like I said, I'm finding lots of new things. So I was able to gain military control here of Tripolitana, which is Libya. And when you do that, you impede Carthage's ability to raise troops. And, you know, Libyans are pretty good, depending on your role, of course. You can get, from Group B, quite a lot of Libyans. But you know what I realized is usually Group D I would always roll for, especially when Carthage was not very aggressive, because you could always count on lots of Gauls and Ligurians. Especially, look at that, you can get up to 30, you know, if you get the right roll, you can get like 45 guys just from that group alone. So they're very good. But I realized that if you gain control, if Rome can gain control of Gallia, Massilia, and the two Ligurian provinces, then you choke off that supply of mercenaries, which can be very deadly for Carthage. And you know, because I sit here all these years of the game at the Sicilian end, and yeah, I know there's some stuff going on up there, but there's a garrison in Genoa, in Liguria, and there's a garrison up in Marsila, which is actually present-day Marseille. But because I've got my little statues here, sometimes this guy was blocking and I didn't really pay much attention. But actually, these guys are very important. First of all, Marsila is a major port. You can put 10 squadrons, which is like 100 ships, which is very large, equivalent to, you know, Naples and other major ports. And Genoa is, I believe, it's a moderate port, so that's still pretty good. I think 8 squadrons. And it's actually, if Rome thinks about it, if you send up a legionary force up there, you could probably do a lot of damage and maybe gain military control of those two. So now, of course, I'm playing both sides and I play fairly, but now that this has sort of occurred to me based on what Rome did in Libya, I decided before they get any wise ideas and try to do the same thing to me up in here. I'll just walk around to make it easier to see. Hope I don't make you dizzy, sorry. So basically I sent up Gisgo, who happens to be in Corsica now. So I sent him up, and because they're already allied, these two provinces, to Carthage, I didn't need to, as far as I know, I didn't need to siege them or anything. So I was able to enter and beef up the garrison. I left some troops up in both Genoa and Massilia. I used, yeah, so there are already Ligurians up here, so I just added a few more to beef that up in case Rome gets any ideas to cut off my supply, and then I won't need to, of men, and then I don't need to send up, you know, a fleet and some squadrons, but I may have to. And then I decided to move Gisgo down by naval transport and sort of see what's going on in Corsica, because years and years ago, a Roman legionary force had gone through and didn't really seize military control, but obviously did take the main little towns at either end of Corsica and Sardinia. But since I'm there, maybe I'll move my way back down and then maybe go down to support Africa, because I'm getting kind of hammered by the Roman armies down there. So anyway, just a tip, you got to keep very good tabs on your sources of Carthaginian soldiers, mercenaries, and allies, and you don't want to lose military control of those areas. Otherwise, your ability to raise troops will be severely impeded and will have negative impact on Carthage's reinforcements annually, and also on raising new armies if and when you're lucky enough to have that happen. So anyway, got to pay attention to all aspects of this board. And as I said, I'm finding the longer I play, the more I find out how versatile this game really is, and I'm enjoying it so much more. So any of you that have the game and want to revisit it, it might be a good time. This is a very well thought out game, and honestly the best $80 or so I ever spent. I get hours and hours of enjoyment playing this game and just seeing where history, I'm rewriting history, see where it takes me. Take care.